we thought it was vitally important that we have a look at both teams again, because we obviously got Derby on Saturday, so it was an ideal opportunity to take in the game. And the one thing about the result that keeps it alive, we have to be brutally honest in that. But while it's alive, we'll keep going and keep trying and hope that there's a miracle about to happen. But if we're realistic, I can't see it, but you never know.
For staff and fans, it's kind of a nervous excitement now at the minute. What's it like for you?
Well, when you become at the end of the season and there's something to play for, then it's always not a bad thing, is it? And for everybody alike, if we can't go automatically, then the playoffs are a great drama to be involved in, a great games to be involved in, and of course the final is something else. And if you can, I've had the privilege to do it a couple of times, go up through the playoffs and win at Wembley, is arguably the best way to do it. For weeks on end leading up to it, it's not, but when it actually arrives and it happens, then it's a great way to do it. So, we've cemented our place in the playoffs. We're playing well at the minute. We've got everybody fit, got one or two little niggles, but most people are fit, so all to play for.
How much are you paying attention to the small details, goal difference, for example, which...
Well, that was in my thoughts. That was in my thoughts last week against Ipswich. We put a midfield player to a full-back, and to see if that's going to make a difference. Who knows? But we're asking for teams. Fulham haven't lost in 22, and we're asking them to lose 2-2, aren't we? And when you're chasing down two teams, it's always difficult. So realistically, we think we're in the playoffs, but we can't give up the hope.
The way you set up the team last week was quite different to normal. How do you feel that went?
Away from home, I wanted to just have a look at Snodgrass and Adoma have covered the most miles, the most distance, run further than anybody else. So there's a bit of me to just say, okay, go and have a breather this weekend, because I want to have a look at Grealish in a sort of semi-wide area and in a forward area on him. And both of them did very, very well. We caused Ipswich many, many problems. So in that respect, a little change, a little tweak, and you win 4-0, and you're pleased. I got beat 4-0, then it would have been something else. But I just decided that they are the ones who needed freshened up a little bit, and hopefully it's done its trick.
And what were your findings at Derby on Tuesday? What do you expect from them?
Derby? Well, I've had a tough time since probably February. We went there, I think they'd gone top of the league or second top of the league. They've got some very, very decent players who've been there and wore the T-shirt. And it'll be a tough game. I'm expecting a tough game like any championship game. We've got a full house to look forward to. I think it's sold out, which tells its own story. That the supporters have been pleased with what they've seen this year. And when you get a full house last game of the season, then I think that's great for everybody concerned. A big thank you to them. They've been quite magnificent, and I keep saying it. What makes a big club is you have big support, and their loyalty towards the club should never be underestimated. They've been fantastic, away from home and at home, in the thousands, and thankfully we've given them something to shout about. Let's hope that can continue, and we can give them something really a bit special in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, that attendance will make us the best supported club in the Championship at home. I guess that doesn't surprise you.
That doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me one bit. It's a wonderful attendance. It would probably be in the top 10 of the Premier League and all. It's nothing that doesn't surprise me at all. I keep saying that's what is a big club. A big club has big support, and it goes hand in hand.
Taking you back 18 months to when you joined, did you know just how big it was?
Well, I was always excited how big it was, and I always looked from afar, from the other end of the city. I don't think you have to go very far to know that Aston Villa is a huge club, the fifth most successful club in this country. When you think of the big clubs in this country, what won stuff, then of course, then I knew of what the challenge was. And as I've said many times, I don't think I would have came back, especially to managing the Championship anyway. If it hadn't been Aston Villa, I'd have been taking a bit of time off. But the lure of this one was always too good to turn down.
Just a few on a few individuals. It was the awards dinner last Sunday
Yeah.
at Adoma and Chester taking the main awards.
Well, I think the one thing that they do with them has been consistency. Albert's had a terrific season, and going over to the left side seems to have given Elise a life, and all of a sudden he's got 14, 15 goals. Chesney, I've had the pleasure to manage now for I think 6 out of the last 7 seasons. And he's a delight. You don't have to manage him, he manages himself. The way he conducts himself, the way he is, the way he prepares, the way he plays is typical Chesney. You know, if all footballers were like him, then my job would be remarkably easy, because he's such low maintenance. He's a manager's delight who turns up for training, touch wood, never misses training, never misses a game, puts his boots on and gives you what he gives. And he's been excellent this year and thoroughly deserved.
And Keenan Davis, Callum O'Hare, how glad
Yeah,
recognition for them.
Keenan, me hour of need, I'll not forget it. You know, it was a big gamble at the time. Not for me to throw the kid in at that particular time when we hadn't got off to the best of starts, if you remember. And that was probably the kick-start to the season for me, was Keenan's performance against Norwich, when that started us off, really. And the young lad's now been involved in 30 appearances at 19-year-old, who was playing 18 months ago in non-league. It's a terrific achievement. He's still got a lot to do. And of course, like any young lad, they hit the wall a little bit like Josh Onomer. You know, he needed a little break a few weeks ago. He's come back in the last 3 games and showed us what a good player he is for somebody with tender age that he is. But Keenan, Callum have been terrific, and as I've said many times, the club going forward, we've got an excellent sprinkle of young players, which always helps. And they've got a big game on Tuesday, so let's hope we can progress.
Yeah, Callum's been leading that team. Like you said, big semi-final on Tuesday, big cup semi-final tonight as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all to look forward to. And if we can get to the next level for the kids to play in and get promoted, then that would be terrific.
Just lastly, what's the injury situation ahead of tomorrow?
There's only Berker, really. Berker's the only one. He's got a calf. He won't make it. But everybody else is okay.
Great. Cheers, Steve.